Sanatana Dharma. I'm still, a student in front of Harivilas Prabhu, and I always enjoy talking to Harivilas Prabhu so that I can be able to get more and more knowledge. So Prabhuji has graced us with so many community events like that. He's the one who has brought Krishna to us, to closer to us. Really, and the devotion and the service and whatnot, the graces of Krishna has, brought. That's why we call it as in our Sanatana Dharma, Bhagavata Ottama. So Bhagavan Premal says, if you don't serve me, I don't care, but serve my Bhagavata. In Nalayara Divyaparbandham they say, in Vedam also they say that when Bhagavatas are the most important, service to Bhagavatas is utmost important in our Sanatana Dharma Sampradaya, in Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya especially. Harivilas Prabhu.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. I really want to thank Srinivas Prabhu and all his assistants for this wonderful festival. I really want to thank Sai Prabhu and his wife Lavanya. They have done a tremendous service. Thank you very much. And everybody else that's volunteered to make this a wonderful festival. This is just the beginning. We are going to open our temple in Bellevue very soon now. And this culture that you're seeing, which has been preserved in South India much more than in North India, because the South was never completely conquered by the Muslims. And even in the Srimad Bhagavatam, it says that in Kali Yuga, the Sanatana Dharma will be preserved in South India. There's a verse like that in Srimad Bhagavatam.
Yes.
So, therefore, we're opening our temple in Bellevue. It'll be a temple for Balaji and Bhudevi and Sri Devi. There will also be Varadaraj. There will be also Padmanabham. There will be Hayagriva and other Vishnu deities, so that everyone will see the original culture of India, how it's all based on Perumal, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayana, or Krishna. And we want to not only have a temple, we want to have a generational preservation and increase, an exponential increase of Vedic culture in the Seattle area.
Haribol.
And these type of programs will be going on all the time in that new temple, which is right in the Spring District of Seattle, of Bellevue, where there will be at least 12,000 or more IT jobs. All the big companies are there already. We want to help them spiritualize their consciousness. Instead of drinking liquor, eating meat, and philandering, they can come to the temple and get Mahaprasadam, get the mercy of Balaji, and learn Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, and learn how to practice their original culture instead of losing their original culture in America. In fact, I want to say frankly, it's easier to become Krishna conscious in America today than in India.
Let's go.
India has been attacked by Maya in a major way with Christian. By the way, I also have a project in South India, in Tiruchendur, in which we go village by village. We're already working with 30 villages and establish Goshala Mandir Vidyalaya. We gift original Vedic or Desi cows to poor people. We teach them how to cultivate without machinery, without preservatives, and without pesticides and all those things, and cooperate with the devatas in order to have regular rain and so forth. So the whole principle of yajna is to have a cooperation between Perumal, his agents, the devas, and people. That has been lost now and we're going to revive it. This
Haribo.
cooperation between the Devatas and of course who work under Perumal or Narayana and the devotees is what creates prosperity for all, not just for a few people. And we're going to be teaching that and reestablish it not only in India but here also, so that people can have a natural life, not be slaves of Bezos or Gates or all these people, and have independent, self-sufficient lives. That was the original culture of India, where villages were self-sufficient. They didn't need anything from the outside, and they lived a happy life. They could have 10, 15 children if they wanted to. They would be well educated, and the generational preservation of Vedic culture went on for millions of years in India, and it's being lost now in the last 2 generations. So we're going to change that. And because of that, we just bought a new farm in Arlington.
Haribo.
That farm in Arlington is 5 times bigger than this farm. And it has a beautiful river. But more important than that, if you go there, and we'll be opening up in the early spring for the public, it looks exactly like Tirupati.
Yeah, Haribol. Jai Sriman Narayana.
You will see 7 mountains on 3 sides of that farm. It looks exactly like Tirupati, and we're going to buy one of those mountains and build Tirupati here in Arlington. And I have more good news. The land in Arlington is relatively cheap. I know one man who recently sold his house in Sammamish for $1.2 million. He purchased 10 acres in Arlington, which is the size of this farm, for $200,000, and he built a brand new house on those 2 acres for $400,000, and he still has $600,000 in his pocket.
Haribo.
And Arlington is only 1 hour away from Seattle, so therefore you could very easily, if you're working in Seattle, commute and come back with no problem. So we're doing this because we're going to build what's called a supply chain for dairy and land stewardship, in which we're encouraging our children to take up different types of professions in agriculture and dairy, so that in the future our kids don't have to work in IT. We'll need some IT people in the supply chain, but we will live according to the original process that Krishna gave. Krishna Gora Shavanijam, Vaishya Karma Swabhavajam. That is, that the Vaishyas, people who get married, they earn their living by growing their own food and protecting cows. But because if you protect Gomata, guaranteed you'll have prosperity in this life, you'll have peace, and you'll be able to develop Sanatan Dharma with no problem.
Haribo. Haribo.
This is a secret. That's an open secret for the Vedic culture, but it has been obfuscated by the demons. They think you should eat cows, and we think that you should protect cows because she's our mother, because our children are fed with her milk, because she is actually Kamadhenu or Surabi. She's a transcendental cousin of the original cows in Goloka. Goloka is where Krishna lives with the gopis and Nanda Maharaj and Yasoda Mai. And guess what? It's called Goloka, the land of cows. And Krishna himself is a cowherd boy. So therefore, this is the secret of peace and happiness in life. To protect cows, grow your own food, live an honest life, raise your children to be devotees, and preserve the Sanatan Dharma for the benefit of all people.
Haribol.
This is our goal, and we're going to achieve it. So I want to thank everyone. Like I said, this is only the beginning. We are going to make this gigantic community in Arlington, and hopefully our children will fit into it and make their professions. I'm publishing a booklet that explains at least 50 professions that the kids can become expert in to fit into the supply chain of dairy and agriculture. So thank you very much. I want to thank everyone again for organizing this wonderful festival. Thank you, ladies, also for singing so wonderfully. And
dance kunnara.
Subhadra, thank you. And thank you all for coming. And every week we have a festival here. This is the 6th festival this year, this summer. And every week for the rest of the summer, we will have a festival from 1 to 4, and every festival is different. So thank you. Hare Krishna.
Let's